Commander Velith's secondary hearts hammered. As the Crithian colony ship groaned under another barrage, the Zarkan raiders circled like predators. Life support was failing. On the monitors, terrified children, elders, her people's last hope. "Send the distress beacon," she ordered, voice trembling. "All frequencies. Emergency protocol Omega." Her comms officer hesitated. "Commander, no one will come. This is contested space." "Send it anyway," Velith snapped. "Someone must answer." She had no idea who would respond, or how it would change everything. The message pulsed into the black. "To any civilization receiving this, we are dying. Coordinates attached. We have children aboard. Please." The responses came swiftly and coldly. "The Zinthari Collective. We cannot intervene. The Pelthian Empire. May your spirits find peace. The Galactic Council. Wait time. 47 standard cycles." 17 civilizations received her call. 17 ignored her. 3 more refused outright, citing political complications. Velith's hope died. They had 4 hours of air left. Then, impossibly, a new signal pinged. The origin made her blood chill. Sol 3. Earth. The quarantined world marked on every star chart with warnings. Death World Class 12. Extreme hazard. Avoid contact. The message was brief, almost casual. Coordinates received. Hold position. ETA. 6 hours. 6 hours, her navigator whispered. "That's impossible. They're 3 sectors away." "Deathworlders," Velith finished, antennae trembling. 6 hours later, space twisted outside her viewport. A fleet of human warships dropped from FTL, bristling with scars and weaponry. These weren't the sleek, ceremonial vessels of the Council. These ships looked battered, dangerous alive, like they'd fought their way across the galaxy just to be here. A transmission crackled through. "Crithian vessel, this is UNSC Relentless. We got your message. Sit tight, we'll handle the welcoming committee." What happened next would redefine what it meant to be a Deathworlder. He collapsed. The Zarkan raiders moved to intercept, confident in their numbers. The humans responded with overwhelming precision. But Velith noticed something that made her breath catch. The humans weren't fighting for survival. They were deliberately drawing fire away from her ship. 3 human vessels took critical damage. Damage they could have avoided if they prioritized their own safety. Within minutes, the raiders were routed, their ships drifting powerless. The human boarding party arrived not with ceremonial salutes, but with coffee thermoses, repair kits, medical packs, and heavy weapons slung casually over their shoulders. The commander grinned, helmet tucked under one arm. "You folks look like you could use a hot meal and some duct tape." Velith stared, unsure whether to laugh or faint. The humans moved through her ship with practiced ease, patching hull breaches, restoring power, tending to the wounded. Their medic knelt beside a Crithian child, offering a sweet-smelling ration bar. "Don't worry, kid. We've seen worse on Mars." Then it happened. A section of hull exploded inward. A Zarkan boarding pod breaching their defenses. Debris erupted like shrapnel toward a cluster of Crithian children. A young Marine, barely out of training, threw himself in front of them. The metal tore through his suit, through flesh and bone. He collapsed, blood freezing instantly in vacuum. But he died smiling, knowing the children lived. In that moment, Velith understood. Humans didn't just fight, they sacrificed. His name was James O'Connor, 22 years old. His squad called him Jimmy. He'd never even left Earth's solar system before this mission. Velith watched the other humans grieve for exactly 30 seconds. Their faces hardened. Then they returned to work with renewed intensity. "He'd want us to finish the job," their commander said quietly, voice thick with emotion. As repairs continued, Velith overheard the humans planning their next move. "We'll escort them to safe space. Draw any hostiles away from the convoy," the commander said. "No bravado, just calm certainty." A Crithian doctor scanned a human's physiology, eyes widening at the redundant organs, the dense musculature, the old scars. "How do you survive your own world?" he whispered. The human shrugged. "Earth's a rough neighborhood. You adapt, where you die. Makes the rest of the galaxy seem pretty tame. The Zarkin regrouped for one final assault. The humans met them head-on, their ships forming a protective wall around the Crithian vessel. They intercepted every shot, every missile, taking damage that should have been fatal. "You want them?" The human commander broadcasted to the Zarkin. "Go through us first." The battle ended swiftly. The Zarkin fled, broken and terrified. The humans even offered aid to the surviving Zarkin. "We're not monsters," a Marine said, binding an enemy's wounds. "We're just from a monster planet." Weeks later, Velith stood before the Galactic Council. Her people safe in refugee camps under human protection. The council chambers buzzed with disapproval. "You called the humans?" Zinthri counselor hissed. "Do you understand what you've done? They're unpredictable, dangerous." Velith's antennae stiffened. They answered when no one else would. "They lost 12 crew members saving strangers. When I offered compensation, their captain refused." Her voice grew stronger. He said, "We don't charge for doing the right thing." The chamber fell silent. "That's when I understood," Velith continued. "Deathworlders aren't dangerous because they're violent. They're dangerous because they'll die for strangers." She looked around the chamber, meeting each counselor's gaze. 17 of you ignore my call. 3 refused outright. You had your reasons, politics, treaties, calculations." Her voice hardened. "But while you calculated, my people were dying." "The humans didn't calculate. They just came." A Pelthian delegate shifted uncomfortably. "Commander, we sympathize, but the humans are quarantined for good reason. Their aggression, their compassion," Velith interrupted. "That's what you fear, isn't it? Not their weapons, not their strength. You fear that they care more about doing what's right than maintaining your carefully balanced power structures." The chamber erupted in protests, but Velith pressed on. "I've updated the Crithian star charts. Earth is no longer marked extreme hazard in our databases." She paused, letting the weight settle. "It's now marked extreme hope. Because when the galaxy turns its back, the Deathworlders answer." She turned to leave, then stopped at the chamber doors. "And to anyone listening who might one day need help, when no one else will come, call Earth. They don't ask if you're worth saving. They don't check if it's profitable. They just ask one question: where are you?" She stepped through the doorway. "And then they come."